It's August 5th, 11:05. Beautiful area here where I'm hiking. So, what I'm concerned about is that in our country, our national security should be protecting the United States and we the people. But for all the people being attacked with directed energy weapons, they're being ignored. The police don't know what to really do about it. When I called the FAA, they saw something unusual. They said call the FSDO drone division to find out about it, because I gave them a picture of the spinning, pulsating drone satellite that follows me everywhere. Then the FSDO said, "Whose drone is it, Marlena?" How do I know whose drone it is? It's like saying to somebody that's being shot at, well, from a distance. You go to the police, somebody fired a gun at you, and the police say, well, whose gun was it? And what kind of gun was it? And you may be just an average person that doesn't have a gun and you don't know what it is, who shot it, and yet they investigate it. But people in this country are being attacked with directed energy weapons, and one of the TIs, bless his heart, non-political parties, actually captured the covert voice underneath the radio frequency. And I recommend everybody goes to his website and understand how these attacks are being done. So the national security is not protecting we the people. They're protecting their own selfish interests. And this parallel government that we have going on in our country has its tentacles transcontinental in all other countries. I talk to people around the world who are also being targeted. So right now I hear the high-pitched water running sound. I'm in the middle of, a beautiful place, but I don't see any 5G towers right next to me. I believe there's a network of systems. There's drones, there's satellites, there's 5G towers. And I'm gonna put the patent this time for the weaponized 4-panel 5G towers. And when I try to find out information from some of these towers on the property of the Half Moon Bay Airport or the police department, they don't seem to know whose 5G tower it is and who's leasing it, which is scary. So today, I tried to go to the zoning planning office in Daly City, but unfortunately, they were closed. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna go about that, since I work all the time, except on some weekends. And I'm just getting tired of all this. I see young people being targeted, their lives hijacked from them, from this sickening thing. And as soon as I can, I'm going to get some more equipment so I can capture it in a different light besides my ultrasonic recorder. And just like no political party said, what he captured, he said he heard exactly in his head, exactly. Well, when I tell all of you that one of the sounds I'm capturing is exactly like what I'm hearing in the head, that's the truth. Now, like Raytheon has patents, we all know, well, those that get it, have found the patents by Raytheon and other military industrial complexes that target individual people with directed energy weapons. The United Nations just put out a list with all these MK Ultra, Voice to Skull, and the other one. Now, just because I don't hear the voices, like Voice to Skull, doesn't mean I'm not being tortured. Because mine is like, if you look at the Vanna Syndrome Stumps Investigators, February 2022, where people, government officials at the White House were attacked and they had brain damage. So here we are gaslighting it. Our William Burns, the director of the CIA, he was like, I'm not sure what that is. I can't, give me a break. People are being attacked in this country. They have brain damage. Targeted Justice has pictures because they're attacking people in different ways. They're attacking people with microwave burns. They're attacking people with the noise. They're attacking people with the voice to skull. So I'm like, why is our country gaslighting it? Why do we have so many cowards in our country that are not standing up for we the people, that are sitting there saying, well, I'm going on with my life. It's not happening to me. So I'll just make fun of it, or I'll just ignore it, or I won't deal with it. Now, Congress, I've already called. I've already sent snail mail to practically every Democratic senator. So they all have it. I've called different people in Congress. The Weaponization Committee gets it. Our rights are being violated with a 702 FISA rubber stamp, where they could go into anybody's, records and then just slander them. Go in there, target them, go into their house, invade their privacy, put them on the terrorist screening database watch list. And this all happened to me during the pandemic. I was perfectly normal, liberal Democrat up until now. And then when I started wanting peace in the world and tweeting with people from Iran and Pakistan and Israel, and, we were all on my channel, I guess the military-industrial complex didn't like that one bit, because they would lose their billions of dollars if everybody got along. So the next thing I knew, when I made a comment about Israel to tell them to leave the 1,000-year-old mosque alone, where the Muslims were praying in. That's why they sent all their rockets over to Israel a while back, because they were threatening to not allow them to go into the mosque and to tear it down, which Muhammad had ascended to heaven. So when I started making those kind of comments, someone came onto my Twitter account and said, Marlena, can't you just talk about the nice things and just not get... They didn't want me to get so political. They were really getting pissed off. But I didn't stop. The next thing I knew, I had the sound wave right over my pillow in my room. I was in the living room. I heard this loud right in my room. Well, I shouldn't say it wasn't that loud, but it was a humming sound. And I go in there and I captured it on my phone. Now, I did put it on my YouTube channel. If you don't hear it, then there's something wrong with your phone, because it's on my phone and everybody where I work that I shared it with can hear it. So I have the humming sound on my phone. The security officer heard it and filed a report. So I don't want to be told that this isn't real. He said it was the weirdest thing he ever saw in his life. Another security officer where I used to live at my condo said he thought it was demonic. But so when I was moving out of there, because it was so friggin' loud, I couldn't stay in there. I had to sleep in my car because the circuit breaker in my closet somehow amplified it so loud that I thought it would kill me. Now I still get it, but it's not as loud, thank God. So I had to sell my condo. I tried to buy a house in another state, and it followed me all the way there and attacked me there, and it captured the video of the military satellite drone in the cornfield, spinning and pulsating, the same type. And I'm wondering if it's coming from Space Force Base. Is it coming from NASA? Is it NSA? I know these unacknowledged groups underground have advanced UAPs that are like UFOs that can go extremely fast, and they do have directed energy weapons. I have, proof of that. So how can our government sit there and ignore this when people are being tortured to death? What kind of country have we become? And frankly, maybe the majority of we the people don't want a one world order. I don't want the Koch brothers running the world order. It won't be Biden. It won't be someone we want. And that goes for the other countries too. If they don't wake up, they're not going to have a country. The people aren't going to have their own rights. It's going to be a one world order, and the people with the billions of dollars, with all their tunnels underground, which they've been over the years creating. I was in Reno with my ex a long time ago, and we were taking some back roads out there, and a dirt road where there weren't that many houses or anything. It just looked like a winding dirt road, and all of a sudden there's this tunnel, and there's 2 armed guards there. And then I start seeing all these military jeeps and stuff going into the tunnel. So help me God, may strike me dead if I'm lying, but I don't lie. So we saw all these like nonstop, a caravan go into the tunnel. What were they going into? Does our president know about this? So these groups are going to do whatever they're told. They're trained to do whatever they're told by their bosses, even if it's treason. And we need to develop thinkers in this country, because everybody's on their cell phone and spend their life on their cell phone. And it's like they're dumbified. They're becoming like zombified, you know? They're losing their brain. It's really sad to see this. So you see all these masses of people fighting for a PlayStation. I mean, that's how people should be about what's happening in our government. They should all be out just like that passionate about saving our democracy and our country. But people are being subdued into submission with all this technology, completely unaware of what's going on, the majority of people. It's tragic.